Yes lads, welcome back to another video. So I don't really know how today's going to go. My plan actually was to go into work and fit this, but unfortunately that wasn't possible, so I'm going to have to do it on my drive. So I'm just going to try and jack it up, and getting the undertray off is going to be the hardest bit because I tried to do it in work and all the bolts are rusted and rounded. But as soon as we get the undertray off, then we can obviously see how much room we've got to take the cat out, see what's actually possible on the floor. It should be alright, we're going to give it a good go anyway, and just see how it turns out. So I will show you the Decat that I've bought in a minute. Got it off eBay, I think it cost me about 180 quid. So yeah, I'll show you that now, and we'll get the BM jacked up, get under it, and make some progress. Right guys, so here we have it. Here is the Decat. I think it's a 3-inch through, and then obviously goes a bit smaller because the exhaust on these change as you go through the exhaust for some reason. So yeah, we've got our sensor port there and a bracket. I think that'll connect to the engine in some way so it stops it from moving. But yeah, it looks pretty clean, looks well made. The only thing that they didn't send was a new clip or whatever that goes on this, connecting it to the manifold, which is a bit disappointing, but we'll just try and keep the old one intact so we can reuse it. So let's get on to it. Let's get the BM jacked up and let's get under it. Right guys, so what I'm going to try and do is actually do the Decat without taking the undertray off, because it doesn't actually look like you need it off. So I'll show you in a minute what I can actually see from the top of the engine bay below where the air filter sits. I can actually see the bracket that you need to undo to take the cat off from the manifold, and then underneath it's visible where you need to undo it underneath. So we might be able to get it out without taking the undertray off. So I'm going to try that first, and then if not, obviously I'll take the undertray off. But I said we want to avoid that because it's going to be a pain in the arse. Plus I've only got one side of my car jacked up, the side that the cat goes on. So if I was going to take the undertray off, I need to get the other side up to get the gun in there and get all the shit bolts out. So I'll let you have a look now of what we're going to try and do, and then we'll give it a go. From the top here, I don't think this is going to be visible on camera. I'll move down a bit. Right, so you can see the cat there where the sensor is, yeah? And literally below it there is an Allen key bolt which goes into a bracket which holds it on. Now the annoying bit about this is going to be getting the sensor out. But it depends how long the sensor, I know the sensor can unplug from here. That's good, so we'll unplug the sensor from there, take the whole sensor out, and then we can put it into the Decat and then put it back in and connect it again. So we'll do it like that. So that actually makes life a lot easier. And then underneath, you've literally got your connection there where it disconnects. And then we'll have to bar back the rest of the exhaust to get that off and out. But yeah, right, let's crack on with it. Let's see what we can do without taking that off. If I do run into any problems, I know, because the subframe's there anyway. Let's just get under and have a look. Yeah, so there's like a nut under there. And this cat looks very big. Like I don't think this Decat's gonna fit, but we can only try it. So yeah, you've got your bracket where it connects. We can undo that from the bottom there. Yeah, so let's just crack on. Let's get it off so we can get the new one on. Hi guys. So as you can see from the top now, literally down here is that bracket. That bracket is now loose. To be fair, it didn't take a lot to get it off because it was already kind of loose when I got to it. So yeah, you just got to bend that bracket, make sure it opens fully. And now we're going to get the bottom off on the bottom side and then get that bracket off and see if we can wiggle it out. We have undone this here, and there was 2 Torx bits up there, 2 different sizes. One was an E16 and the smaller one was an E11. You want to undo them from where the gearbox is there. It's just a bracket for this to hold it on. This is all loose now. We're going to get a hammer, go ahead and smack this to get it loose, and then we'll get some sort of pry bar, pry on this to get this exhaust back, and then it should come loose from there, and hopefully it comes straight out. I don't know what other brackets are on it. There is still a bracket on it somewhere, but I think that just goes up with the cap, so hopefully it'll just come out. Just an update for you. The bottom half is disconnected. It literally just took a long time of just getting under and pulling this back, obviously with your full weight under it, and now it's connected again. So yeah, just got to wiggle it basically, smack it with hammer, do whatever you want, because it's going to be stuck on there because it's been on the car since it was made. So yeah, now I can try and get the cat out this way and then get the Decat in. Okay, so we have got the cat out. Now literally just got to make sure your top bracket is off all the way. I just did it all the way, and then just wiggle like foot basically. I took 2 bolts out the under tray, just give me a bit of leeway, and then bend your heat shield down. I'll show you under there. Bent the heat shield down and then just absolutely ragged it. Finally got it out. Obviously it's going to be easier getting the Decat in because it isn't as wide as the cat. As you can see, I'll get it so you can see size difference. Let's get it the right way. Obviously, just turn it around so it's the right way. Do you know what I mean? Massive size difference, but thank God it is the right cat. Decat, shall I say. Gonna take that off there, put it on here. That bracket goes into the exhaust. So yeah, let's crack on with that now, and we'll get it back on. Oh, and guys, before I forget, it is worth putting your sensor in, plugging it in, because then when you get it mapped, obviously your lambda will still serve a purpose, or you get a wide band or whatever people get. So yeah, put that in there, don't just leave it out, plug it back in, and yeah, let's crack on with it. Right guys, so there we have it, it's ready to go back on. Obviously got the bracket and the sensor on, make sure that's tight so it don't fall out. And yeah, let's get back on. I'm going to climb underneath, feed it through, probably connect this end first with them just to hold it in place, and obviously do the fiddly bit, which is the bracket over here. Get the bottom on first. To do that, put them in, then bracket that bracket first, and then get this in. Now you won't be able to get your top one in with them brackets in, so once it's in here, take them back out, and then you can adjust your top to get that clamp on, and then once your clamp's on, then obviously do them back up. It's just the way I found it easiest, because obviously it's an aftermarket part, it's not going to fit absolutely perfect, so you've got to work with it. But it is finally on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put these undertray bolts back, and then we will see what it sounds like.